Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use super bowlers here at Townhall 15 to 3-star any base. So this strategy is incredibly powerful at Townhall 15 and it's fairly simple to pick up. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can use a Grand Warden Walk alongside a Flame Flinger or a Siege Barracks to help set the funnel to push your super bowlers in and 3-star lots of bases. All three of these are even going to be in hard mode to show you even at these tougher levels it's still really easy to pull in those triples. So let's jump in and start breaking this down. The first thing you're going to want to make sure you do is have your Grand Warden set to ground. That's very important. We also want to bring in a equipment that is going to be best suited for him. The Rage Vial, or the Rage Gem, excuse me, is definitely one you're going to want to bring, and the Eternal Tome is also a great option for this attack. Now you want to bring that Rage Gem because those healers that come with the Grand Warden, you want to make sure they are doing maximum healing work. And for our Grand Warden setting up his funnel, we definitely do not want him to go down. We don't want to lose that Eternal Tome ability either. So of course we're going to hold on to him, and you'll see right there we need to use that rage spell to keep him alive. So very much like a queen charge, if you've ever done something like that, you can go ahead, use those rage spells and make sure you're catching those healers in them. That's going to allow the Grand Warden to take out a section of the base. You guys can see we're clearing this section, and it's all to help set up that funnel. All the meanwhile, we have our Flame Flinger. That's going to be coming in over from this right hand side of the base, and basically the Flame Flinger is going to be doing exactly the same thing. So as soon as you drop down your Grand Warden to start him off, drop down your Flame Flinger on the opposite side. Its job is going to be to clear out some of these defenses in here and to help set up that funnel. And as soon as you've got that section of the base cleared, you can go ahead and deploy those super bowlers. Now you do need to be careful with those super bowlers that you deploy them close enough to the Grand Warden that they are going to lure him over. Any remaining healers and the rest of your troops can pretty much go in on this part of the attack. Flame Flinger, we're just going to let it do its thing. We've got a couple of super wall breakers coming in. Those are going to give us access through into the middle of the base. When it comes to the equipment, for everything else, you guys can pretty much bring whatever you think works. For me, Earthquake Boots on the King is a potential great option, but like I said, it is completely up to you. Poison Spell, of course, we want to make sure we're using it on those Clan Castle troops. Go ahead and use your Eternal Tome ability when you're coming under the heaviest fire portion of the attack. So for us, that was coming into the Clan Castle troops. We had the Inferno Towers, we had the Scatter Shot, and we had the Town Hall itself. We also used the Skeleton Spell that we brought in our army composition. It was used to help us tank for that monolith over on the right hand side of the base. So continuing to push on through, we're going to use any remaining spells that we have just to help protect our troops. So in this one we have that invisibility spell, so we're going ahead and deploying it. All the meanwhile, we have the Royal Champion coming down this right hand side, basically cleaning up any defenses that Flame Flinger has not managed to get to. Still pushing strong through the core of the base. There goes the Royal Champion's ability. We've got the Hog Puppet coming out with the Haste Vial on her as well. So anything she doesn't manage to pick up, those Hog Riders can come in behind and tidy those up. But you'll see we actually end up with those super minions coming out of the Flame Flinger pretty much at the very end of this attack, but we'll see them in a little bit more action in some of these other replays. But this strategy is so incredibly strong if you can get that funnel created properly, because those super bowlers can get incredible value in any core of the base with that triple bounce from them. So let's jump in and take a look at the second attack. So very much like that previous one, we're going to be coming in with that Grand Warden Walk. We have the Frosty on him as well. I find that is good just to help freeze up some of those potential defenses, also doing a little bit of damage on its own as well. Letting them do their thing, we're going to clear out this bottom section of the base, and on this particular example we're actually going to be bringing the Flame Flinger in from the same section. Now for me, it's not always the smartest option to go with this, because sometimes you're looking to create that funnel, and typically with your siege of choice, whether it be the Flame Flinger or the Siege Barracks, you're going to want to use them to help create that funnel. But on this one, we're going to let that Flame Flinger actually push off to this left hand side of the base to try and take care of that Scatter Shot. All the meanwhile, we've got that Grand Warden just clearing out a few more buildings. Again, coming in with that same equipment, but be careful that you might need to use a rage spell on the Grand Warden if needs be. Queen's actually going to be coming in on the right hand side. She is going to be setting up that funnel all by herself. And here comes the rest of our troops. In this particular one, we are bringing an Electro Titan in there as well, alongside those Super Bowlers. And honestly, the Electro Titan is a very, very strong option alongside the Super Bowlers because it really helps to clear out those Clan Castle troops as you push into the core of the base. But the Flame Flinger doing a fantastic job over there on that left-hand side, helping to fully funnel. Again, be careful with your Eternal Tome ability. You may just need to use it when you get in range of the Clan Castle troops. There, it's going to be coming in perfectly for us. Royal Champion making an early appearance over there towards that left-hand side, right-hand side of the base. Poison spell, of course, helping us get through those Clan Castle troops. We're going to be freezing up the invisibility tower as well as that monolith. The monolith can be super, super deadly, so it is important to keep an eye out for it. And when it starts locking onto some of your troops, especially your heroes or super bowlers, definitely want to try and use that skeleton spell. Making our way through into the town hall now, so we need to be careful because our troops can take a lot of damage from that poison. Dropping down that rage spell on all of our healers here are going to help to keep our troops alive as they make the progress through the base. And I reminded you guys earlier, I would tell you about those super minions, and the good thing about those super minions is when they first come out of the Flame Flinger, they get so much damage done from that long range distance. Like they are so deadly in the defending clan castles, they can also be very, very deadly on offense as well. And on this one, look at all of these troops we have swagged. We've got a couple of swagged spells in there as well, and this one absolutely crushed here. So it's very much about setting up that funnel. For us in this particular example, we actually didn't need the Flame Flinger to set up the funnel on the right hand side. Our queen on her own was able to do that. We then had the Royal Champion in as a little bit of backup, while the Flame Flinger actually pushed up towards that left hand side of the base. But typically I would say use the Grand Warden on one side and the Siege Machine of choice on the other. So moving on to our third and final attack here. On this one, we are going to be bringing in that Siege Barracks, but kicking off proceedings, Grand Warden. Of course, we're always going to be coming in with the Grand Warden. Now, I would say if you're coming in with that Flame Flinger, typically you're going to want to start that Flame Flinger directly after you deploy your Grand Warden. But when it comes to the Siege Barracks, if you deploy it too early, your Clan Castle troops are inevitably going to come out and end up getting taken out before the rest of your army comes in. So with your Siege Barracks, you're going to want to hold on to it just for a little bit longer until you are just about done setting up your Grand Warden Walk. Queen's going to come down over on that right hand side of the base, and we're going to bring in that Siege Barracks, of course, alongside her. We've got the double P.E.K.K.A going to be coming out right there, and we have a super wall breaker as well. So the aim here with that queen and the Siege Barracks, clear out this compartment and then continue up this section to potentially clear out any other buildings, because of course we want our super bowlers to push through the core of the base in towards that town hall. Grand Warden seems to have pretty much done his job, so we can start to think about bringing in those super bowlers once our troops have funneled over here. And here they come. All of those super bowlers are going to be coming in. Again, that super wall breaker giving us early access into that first compartment. Here comes that Electro Titan, making sure we get those healers in there as well, just in case, our troops start to take too much damage. Super minions, again, going to be coming out of that Siege Barracks. Pushing on through here, need to keep an eye on our super bowlers, because if we lose too many too early, we of course won't have that chance to heal them back up with the help of that rage spell. Jump spell giving us access right through into the core of the base. Unfortunately, he's taking a huge amount of damage, but luckily for us, we have that Phoenix bringing him back up. Town Hall going down right there. We've got the Queen still doing some work over on that right hand side with her ability. RC now coming in from that top section with her ability as well. So typically in these style of attacks, you're going to see your Queen and your Royal Champion going around, not the full outside of the base, but kind of these outside compartments, and the King and the Grand Warden are going to be pushing with the main core of your army, which is of course those super bowlers, any of those ice golems, and the Electro Titan as well. Like I said, the Electro Titan really good for just that damage as you progress through, and to help you clear out those Clan Castle troops very, very quickly with the help of that poison spell. But finishing off this one, you guys can see just how strong this strategy is. Plenty of super bowlers left up, all of our heroes bar the King going strong, and a swag free spell as well. What have we missed? It's going to be this cheeky little elixir collector over here. But if you guys did enjoy this video here at Townhall 15 and you want to see more, go ahead and you can check out my Townhall 15 playlist. While you're at it, feel free to subscribe to us here at the Barracks. I really do appreciate all of the support recently, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.